Safety Built by Everyone, the Rescue Board Strategy, 2015 to 2025. Just like a ship without a compass would run onto the rocks, so would the Rescue Board without a strategy. However, that would be quite ironic, as how can the Rescue Board come to its own rescue, especially without a plan? In order for it not to happen, a round table of knights was summoned and the brightest heads from all over the country came together. The purpose was to establish a new common aim for the Rescue Board, and after several sleepless nights and days without lunch breaks, an ambitious goal, Safety Built by Everyone, was agreed upon, which will lead the Estonian rescue capability to the level of Nordic countries by the year 2025. There's no point in crawling under the bar. If you want to accomplish something, you should reach for the stars. And when it comes to safety, our stars are Nordic countries. In percentage terms, their deaths by drowning and fire are more than twice as low as Estonia's. And that's not just due to their rescue capability, but also thanks to the strong prevention work which has created citizens who, compared to us, simply need less rescuing. One of the main purposes for the year 2025 is to train our citizens in a way that they need less rescuing. A citizen whose home is equipped with contemporary power systems, who has the necessary rescue equipment and rescue knowledge, and who definitely doesn't believe that every good party has to end up at Poseidon's. In other words, goodbye Dangerous Citizen 0.5 and welcome Safe Super Citizen 2.0. This, however, doesn't mean that the Rescue Board will rest on its laurels. Even the safest super citizen may need rescuing, and the Rescue Board has to be prepared for it. Therefore, by the year 2025, it will be equipped with even more powerful technology, trained with greater skills, and will be more motivated as a team. In other words, it will be as strong as our national hero Kalevipoeg, as smart as his advisor Hedgehog, and as reliable as a Swiss watch. Yet the fact remains that not even a Kalevipoeg's Hedgehog watch with Swiss reliability can be everywhere all the time. In order to ensure safety for everyone, it needs a helping hand. And for that purpose, it will have a network of volunteers which will cover the entire country. By the year 2025, the volunteers will become the ambassadors of community safety, almost like local supermen who will bring the whole family out of a burning house if necessary. Economic globalization has put an end to a cloistered worldview. Today, we all live in a huge global spider web, where an unexpected change at one end of the web spreads rapidly to the other. Whether we're dealing with an unexpected change due to the economy, nature, or an insane dictator, the Rescue Board almost needs the power of an oracle to prevent the possible consequences from undermining our foothold. As the movie Terminator taught us, evolving technology requires a lot of attention in order for smart machines to become our friends rather than our enemies. We trust them with more and more control of our lives every day, which thus increases the need for extra caution and for us not to become too comfortable with it. Otherwise, we won't have anyone else to blame but ourselves if one day we discover that it is not we who control technology, but technology who controls us. Socioeconomic factors will require a lot of attention in the future. Unfortunately, our population is aging, and not only does it result in a higher probability of accidents, but also a danger to staffing the professional and voluntary brigades. Many of our elders are very spry and energetic. However, the average age of a rescuer should remain under 100, especially when we're talking about ever-increasing urbanization, where we would expect the rescuer to be able to get to the 4th floor without using an elevator. The most important of the environmental factors is obviously the fight against alcohol, tobacco, and drug problems. Despite strong efforts by the Rescue Board, citizens with substance abuse problems still believe that the best sleep comes with a cigarette after swimming themselves sober. At this point, we need to discard the temptation to go after short-term goals and instead set long-lasting ones that wouldn't only root out all the bad habits, but also the learned helplessness while eliminating the initial dangers. Even though the Rescue Board has gained the title of the most reliable public sector organization in Estonia, resting on its laurels must not happen. To achieve the goal of reaching the level of Nordic countries in the next 10 years, the Rescue Board needs to consider even its greatest strengths as weaknesses, because the moment we start standing still, our capability and reliability start falling faster than the Perseids on a dark August night. Technology has always been one of our essential partners, and this partnership needs to be taken to the next level. Drones become our eyes in the sky, interactive simulations become our tutorials, and e-solutions become our loudspeaker in prevention work. Furthermore, from now on, technology has to reach every home in Estonia, where the safety officer's badge of honor is given to it. To make the most of our resources and possibilities, the Rescue Board basically has to forbid the limited, inside-the-box kind of thinking and make continuous innovation obligatory. And when speaking of innovation, we don't only mean technology, because without motivated workers, our world-class expertise and effective working structure, we could have a time-traveling spaceship from the year 7025 and still get stuck in the mud on our way to the scene of an accident. Even though we can't emphasize enough the importance of communication in any organization, it is extremely important in the work of the Rescue Board due to real human lives that are at stake. Important information has to reach the necessary parties at the right time. Whether these parties are the workers of the Rescue Board, partners, or citizens, we can't afford to get caught up in a game of Chinese whispers, where the elephant on one end turns into a mosquito on the other end, or vice versa. It is most important to understand that if we want to live in a safe Estonia, each one of us needs to make a contribution. Indeed, everyone's contribution must be coordinated between the Rescue Board, volunteers, state agencies, local authorities, companies, and citizens. Otherwise, achieving the set goal would be as successful as carrying out the World Cleanup Project Let's Do It World all alone. As an individual, your most essential role is to start seeing yourself as your primary rescuer. Be your own surveillance officer and ask yourself whether you have done everything to ensure the safety of yourself and your friends. This doesn't mean that you should immediately swaddle yourself up in bubble wrap. Even elementary rescue equipment like a functional fire extinguisher, smoke detector, contemporary power systems, and knowledge about how to use them is a huge step towards a safe future. Estonia is big enough for there to be plenty of ponds to drown in, forests to burn, and landmines to step on. As the Rescue Board can't find them all, they need help from the local authorities. No one knows your neighborhood better than you do. Find out where your people go to swim, barbecue, camp, or play, and make sure these places are safe. No diving in water with a depth of 1 meter. No playing hopscotch in a minefield. The best accident is one that didn't happen, and at this point the state agencies can give us a supporting hand that could do a lot. For example, get rid of cigarettes that won't go out by themselves, take alcohol further away from beaches, and compile a study program about safety at schools so that even the little citizens would know how to ensure the safety of themselves and their friends. Considering how small our population is, we can't afford to lose any more taxpayers. From a company's point of view, it doesn't matter whether we're talking about the manufacturers or the consumers of the rescue equipment. The equipment has to be top class, and cutting costs at the expense of quality can't be tolerated. Safety can't be considered as a cost, but rather as an investment into the security of the workers and property. In addition to good equipment, it is just as important for your workers to know how to use that equipment correctly, so that they won't use a fire extinguisher as an oxygen tank. Safety built by everyone is a strategy and a plan to help us jointly create for ourselves a safe Estonia and a safe home. In order for this plan to be successful, we need everyone's contribution, your contribution. Therefore, find out what your role is in this strategy and start pitching in, because your contribution matters.